But what I do want to talk about, and I don't know, that was a good prediction by the way, but what I do want to talk about is a comment that was penned by a lady named Miss Burns. I'm not going to give her first name out. She left a comment, and you know, we've been talking a lot about the other side of the hip hop. You know, we talked last week about the 360 deals, and you know, a lot of these artists, you know, fronting like they really got it and spending their money crazy in strip clubs and cars and not really investing it. And 95% or a certain percent becoming broke.
Yeah, man.
A video successful. Check it out, family. The video's up. You know what I mean? By the way, you know what I mean? Hit my man up, Sam Ant. You know what I mean? It's Sam Ant 120 on Instagram. Follow him. 120 is the group. You already know what it is. But I'm gonna read the comment, and I want you to expound on this comment and give me what you think. They not in control of their cash flow, and she's talking about in reference to the hip hop artists. They put money in houses, cars, jewelry. They can only use credit. They the Illuminate, the powers that be, I guess, the record labels, controls their cash flow after a certain amount. Even she put Duffy, but I guess she meant but Puffy and Jay-Z do not own their own cash flow and are controlled by the elite. Stop thinking their life belongs to them. They are all controlled through contracts. If they stay independent, they can control their cash flow to a certain extent, but that's not even guaranteed. It's all an illusion. Look at what happens when they die. Their fortune is not owned by their family, but record companies and other venues of entertainment, which is a lot of times is true, because there's no reason that they should die broke or the money is passed to the family member. You know what I mean? So basically what she's saying is that, for example, you know, we see Michael Jackson, Prince, these different people, you know what I'm saying, having a problem with their catalog, their music catalog and their publishing rights and whatnot. And what do you think about it? It's a long comment. What do you think about that? That's an interesting comment that she wrote, and salute to the sister for writing that comment.
Shout out to Miss Burns and all people who comment. And you know what I mean, please subscribe to Hip Hop News Uncensored. It's definitely doing some big things right now. Y'all keep them comments up, y'all keep them subscriptions up, and we're going to keep doing what we do, you heard? But to get to what Ms. Burns said, you know what I mean, well, we referenced it a little bit last week about the 360 deals and how we need to do better with our money management, because that money, once we get into a big, you know what I mean, record label and things like that, that money isn't ours outright, you know what I mean? That has to be given, that's more so like a loan. You know what I mean? And they're looking to recoup their money at the end of the year, and if you don't put in the proper sales or put in the proper numbers, and they don't get their money back, they're going to be looking for it. So record artists never really made money from that. That's a foregone conclusion. That's been known since the beginning of time. You're starting to see a lot of the 90s artists that we've grown to love start speaking out a little bit about that a little more now, how, you know what I mean, we thought they were doing huge things, and come to find out they really weren't making anything. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And in reference to her being able to control, or reference to her comment in the record companies owning and having control over everything, I mean, that is to a certain degree. But the people who do get the money, they have every opportunity to invest, every opportunity to put that money into any situation that they so choose. You know what I mean? But under the manipulation given to these artists by the bigger corporations, it's put into the bullshit, which in turn gets back to them. If we were just trained and programmed a little differently into where to put our money and where to stash our money and where to place our money, and the shit that they couldn't touch, they always gonna take a percentage. That is what we live in America. They gonna take what they gonna take. Fact. You know what I mean? No matter what we do in this world, no matter if we own our own business or what, Uncle Sam gonna come get his for fucking regardless. So you gotta look at the situation that it's never gonna be 100%. So take what you're going to get, put those in the right situations, and they couldn't take from you. I fucking promise you right now, if I had money, the money was given to me, or money is given to me, the blessings that I receive, they're put in situations to where my kids, their kids can eat off of that situation. So maybe I don't have a Benz right now, maybe I don't have the biggest crib right now, so be it. If my kids and their kids can eat off of what I'm doing right now, that's what the fuck this is all about. And if we knew that a little more, the comments like that would be null and void.
Master P even said, he said, like, sometimes somebody like in our, you know, our bracket, you know what I'm saying, right now, could be living better, you know what I'm saying, really, you know, and living better, you know, we got a car, we eating good, we're healthy, you know what I mean, we can do what we want to do, we're on our own time, you know what I mean, as opposed to somebody, you know what I mean, one of those rappers being, you know, owing, you know, all this debt and, you know, being being out of love with music, but still got to do music and still got to perform for this company because they got to pay him back. And it's just like, you know, record beef, but you know, you're not dealing with the execs, and it's like that just makes for a perfect storm of a disaster.
It's terrible, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, who wants to live like that at the end of the day? But Master P gave me a lot of inspiration because he said something that you said. He said, you know what I mean? When we talk about like losing channels or losing businesses, you know what I mean? He said that he lives in a New Orleans is like a storm town. So a lot of times people build up and shit, but it wipes away with the hurricane.
Right,
you got to be willing to go back to square one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And regroup and come back again and shit.
Right.
That's why he's successful, because he don't have a problem with doing that. Remember you said that, like, you know what I mean? That's why we're going to be where we're going to be, because we're continuously going back to square one, and we now have no problem with, you know, rebuilding and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he also gave me inspiration, Master P, when he talked about him having $500 in his pocket and walking into a record
contract. I think Jimmy Iovine, right?
Yeah, and, you know, turning it down, went back to grind, and ended up getting, I think, 85% of the deal, and becoming a damn near billionaire almost faster than almost Jay-Z and all them.
I think he's grossing more than they were, monthly, than they had annually or something like that. Something crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. And shout out to Master P, man. And you know what? Shout out to Old God and what he's doing, man, because the grind is definitely real, bro. And it's constantly going back to square one and picking yourself up and grinding and grinding and grinding. If y'all think that this shit was built overnight, y'all tripping. You know what I mean? I can't wait for y'all to hear a little more Old God story, because the brother's deep. This ain't the first thing he's built from square one. He's dope, and I can't wait. Y'all keep listening to this dude. You heard?